So in my eyes, 19. A couple things I want to talk about. Someone asked me to mention about fasting. I have recently incorporated into my program, I guess you call it intermittent fasting. I do it every weekend. If I go to bed Saturday night, I'll have my last meal, say 10 o'clock. So when I wake up Sunday morning, I wait until at least 10 o'clock before I eat again. That just gives me my body a full 12 hours of no food. It's nothing too serious. I mean, some people fast a lot longer, but let's be serious. I am a bodybuilder and I need nutrients. I mean, a lot of good things do come from fasting. I don't know if you've checked it out yet, but this issue of MD has an article about it. Check it out for yourself. Do some research. I like it. The biggest thing I like about it is not all the benefits it gives me as far as muscle building and growth factors and insulin response and all that stuff. Helps boost testosterone. What I like most about it is it gives my digestive system a break. I eat so much and I eat all the time that this never stops. So I found probably in the past 2 years I've overdone it with eating and just pushing myself in the gym, and I've actually gotten sick from it. My body told me, I could feel it as it was happening. I was you know, just feeling more tired all the time, losing my appetite, not able to keep food down, and I could just tell something was about to happen and I'd get really sick. And it was my body's way of taking a break. I never gave it a break, so my body forced me to take a break. I guess I could compare it to a flu. I just wouldn't be able to keep anything down. I'd throw up. My body, my system, I think, just needed a time to clean out, relax. So I think intermittent fasting is, that's why I like it the most. Gives me a chance to let my body get rid of everything that's in it. If it's digesting things, it can't really 100% focus on detoxing, and you know what I mean? It's like a guy. A body's like a guy. It's better at doing one thing very good than a bunch of things very good. So I give it its opportunity to clean out and detox itself every week. Intermittent fasting. A little secret from me to you. Next thing I want to talk about is it's going to hurt some people's feelings, and that's not why I'm talking about it, and that's not my intent. And I'll try to express myself as clearly as possible, so people see that I'm not biased here. Everything I'm going to say, to me, is logical, and it's the way it is. So what I'm going to talk about is bodybuilders switching to physique. Nothing wrong with physique. Great category, good. Do I think it should be included in the bodybuilding show? I think it should be on a day of its own, personally. Makes the day really long. That's me speaking as a competitor and as a fan. Of course, I'm a bodybuilding fan. That's what I do. But I started out as a bodybuilding fan because there was no physique around. So I just, they're different. They're different. No matter what anybody says or tries to chalk it up as the same thing, they're absolutely different. Yeah, you train, you eat, you diet, but when you start getting down to details, and everyone knows, well, most people who are in this world knows, bodybuilding and everything else, it's all about details. The small little details make a big difference in the long run. So I got nothing against physique. If you choose to do physique, awesome, good for you. That's your choice, and that's what you like, and that's what appeals to you. That's your passion. Awesome. I like bodybuilding. Now, when I have, and I'm going to speak from experience because I have some friends and people I know who were bodybuilders and wanted nothing more but to be huge and muscular and, you know, all that. And then now all of a sudden they switch to physique, and they say that being big is gross, it doesn't appeal to them, it's not functional. All these other excuses to make them and other people believe that physique is a better suited for them. Well, it is, because you don't have the mental attitude to do bodybuilding. You're already looking for excuses and easy ways out. And this is where it's going to hurt some people's feelings, because bodybuilding is harder than physique. I don't know how to say it any more bluntly than that, I guess, and honest, but it is. Bodybuilding's harder. You have to be bigger. You have to be leaner. You have to diet harder for that, to be leaner. To be bigger, you got to train harder. It's the way it is. Do genetics come into factor? Yeah. Some people don't have the genetics to be bodybuilders. By all means, go to physique. It's a good choice. But don't cry and complain and say, oh, it's make up excuses to cover up for your shortcomings. If your shortcoming is genetics, okay, accept your genetics and move on. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Not like you control them. So that's fine. If you're genetically not gifted to be a bodybuilder and physique is better suited for you, absolutely. But say that. Don't try to put on, disguise it and sell it as something else. Second, I guess, would be health factors. And I'm totally for that. If it's hindering your health to compete at that level of bodybuilding that you want to compete at, by all means, switch to physique, because it's easier. Do you see where I'm getting here? It's easier on the body. You don't have to push it as hard. You don't have to train as hard. You don't have to do the supplements. You don't have to diet as extreme. It's a little easier on your body. It's a little more forgiving. So, sure. But say that. Three, I guess, would be, you reached your potential in bodybuilding, so you switched to physique to be more successful. Some guys, they were great at a provincial level as bodybuilders. Great state level bodybuilders. They want to go further. They go to nationals and they don't do well. Or the next year at provincials they get beat, and it just seems like they're starting to go backwards. So they switch to bodybuilding and they throw out excuses like, oh, I don't like it, bodybuilding anymore. It's, just being that big doesn't appeal to me. It's not what I want. It's too expensive. They're all excuses, and to me, excuses make you look useless. So I guess just say it what it is. Say what it is. If you switch to physique, it's because one of those three things. Genetics, you don't have it. Whether that genetic be physical genetics, mental, you just don't have the discipline for it. Whatever it be. All I'm trying to say is don't bring bodybuilding down to bring up physique and your choice to compete in it. That's all. Bodybuilding's the king of this. It started it all. It's just physique is bodybuilding, just at a lower level, okay? Just know that. I'm not down in physique at all. It's great. If you choose to do it, awesome. What I'm upset about is people who are lying to themselves and others when they make the switch from bodybuilding to physique and saying it's the same thing, it's just as hard. If it is, then why did you switch? Why didn't you stay where your true passion was? That's what you chose to begin with. I mean, people that don't put their fucking weights away. Is this a new phenomenon? Like, I just don't get it. I'd be like going into the grocery store, picking up shit, moving it on, putting it on different shelves, and then leaving. People go into the gym and do the same thing. So it boggles my mind. Lately, I haven't been letting it go in my gym. I see guys, I almost now, it's like I feel like I'm a doorman at the gym. I just sit in there and watch people. Watch them load up the squat rack, do their sets, and then leave. And the weight's still there. And now they're doing bicep curls. Yeah, you know the type. Legs and biceps the same day. So, yeah, they're over there doing bicep curls now, and I'm looking at them and I'm looking at the weight. and they see me, and then I look at them, and then I look back at the weight, and they ignore it like they don't know what I'm looking at. So I asked them, and here I'm in Quebec, so it's in French usually, and I'll ask them if they're done with their weight. If I ask them in English, they pretend they don't understand me. That fucking drives me nuts. So I'll say it to them in French. Oh, then they suddenly understand, then they'll go over and put the weights away. Ooh. That and dumbbells all mixed up on the rack. Guys standing in front of the dumbbell rack so no one else can use it. Guys doing their silly workouts in front of the dumbbell racks. Just common sense. It seems to be, you know, it's great that the bodybuilding and fitness industry is getting bigger and more people are getting into it. But, you know, same with anything. Have some respect for the people who were there first, I guess, you know. You're not gonna, you know, you might, you know, driving race cars is the new thing now, let's say. You're not just gonna jump on the track and start fucking going Mach 3 racing around, you know. You gotta learn the way of the world, man. You gotta learn the ropes. Same thing in the gym. Have some respect, some common sense. If you don't know, ask. You'll find it's a much more accepting community when you keep it real and you ask instead of just, you know, thinking you know better than the next and moving through that way. So, yeah. That's it. I'd say I'm probably, I don't know how many weeks out, 10, 11 weeks out from Czech Republic. 255 is the weight. Haven't really dieted yet. Still eating, trying to stay full and grow, I guess. I lean up quick, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, so as of now, yeah, I guess give a quick shout out to my sister. She's in women's physique. She's a pro, Leah Johnson. She just did Sacramento Pro last weekend. She placed 9th in the Open and 5th in Masters. That's pretty good for her second show. Her first show was Toronto, where she made first call out. So second call out in her second show in the Open. I'd say it was a little bit stiffer competition, and first call out in Masters, so that's great. This weekend she's competing in Tampa Bay. My family and I are going down to watch her, so I'll have some updates then. Hopefully she's going to be a bit leaner this week. That seems to be the only thing holding her back is leanness. And in the past she used to come in too lean, but what we found was for her to get that lean, she loses some muscle. So we're trying to find a nice balance. We don't want to strip her right down to bones, you know. So it's tough. It's tough for her to dial in. Upper body's not so hard, but legs is hard. And once we dial in the legs, then, you know, the upper body starts to shrink. So we got to find the right balance and the right way to do it. Other than that, that seems to be it. Till next time, keep fit and have fun. I'm Mike Johnson.